great in this crazy situation that we're all going through, this quarantine. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Lindsay from my science closet, and today's video is going to be about getting things done and being productive. Because of the coronavirus lockdown, a lot of people have to work from home, and at the beginning it may seem something that we may like oh great, I'm going to be working home in my PJs and it's going to be great. So yeah, basically if you haven't ever worked from home, at the beginning it can look at something that we all want to do and something that is easy, but then as time passes you can really start to feel the struggle and it can get really hard to concentrate, don't lose focus and don't lose motivation. So because of this, I have decided to make today's video. I made a video about how to be really productive a long time ago. I'll leave that linked just in case you guys want to have a look at it. But today's video I'm just going to focus on those people that are locked down and have to work from home. So let's get to it. So the very first tip that I have for you guys is to start the day the way you want to and the way you like. So right now you don't have, or more or less you don't have that pressure of getting up early because you don't have to get at a certain time to your job place, and right now you're going to work from your house, so that time that before took you to like get ready and get to your work, you have that time to use it for yourself and maybe do the things that you like. I always think that starting the day for yourself rather than jumping into work is going to make you more motivated and more productive. If you have been following me for a while, you know that I am all about routine, so I'm obviously going to suggest you creating your quarantine morning routine. So maybe you know that you like waking up, you get into the shower, getting ready, having breakfast, and while you do those things you can like listen to a podcast, maybe you can work out before or do some yoga before working, or just listening to music or reading something. Just take time before you start your work because you're going to be a lot of hours sitting down, and it is important to start the day with the right energy and motivation. My second tip is that probably a lot of you have started working from home in your PJs and the first week you didn't have any problem, but if you stay a long time in your PJs it is very easy to get into that lazy mode and not wanting to do anything other just than be on the sofa and watching Netflix. So my first suggestion is, you don't have to do this every day, but if you feel like you're losing that motivation and that concentration, take off your PJs and put on clothes that you know that are going to get you in that work mode on. You don't need to like wear actual clothes, it just depends on you, but me, the majority of time I change into workout clothes. So that way if I have my workout clothes, I'm going to push myself into working out or doing yoga because I'm doing a yoga challenge with my roommates, and just change your comfort clothes. You don't have to do this every day, but if you feel like you're losing that motivation and that concentration, change. Now the third tip is to choose your working space. Some of us, for example myself, I have a desk in my room, and sometimes I don't mind. I try not to work on the bed because if not, when I'm going to bed my brain goes all crazy, like, is this the working space, is this the place for sleeping, what is it? So it's really important to set your working place. So it can be your desk in your room, it can be the table in your living room. Some people, even me included, I work sometimes in the kitchen. Just try to make your brain see that whenever you're going to be sitting there, that is work time. Now, something that I suggest here is that you can change. We're spending a lot of hours inside the house, and this can get you this feeling of lack of air. So I would suggest not always working at the same place. So if I take myself as an example, my bedroom is the place where I sleep and I work. So I spend a lot of hours here in my bedroom, and sometimes it can really get overwhelming. I even do workout in my bedroom. So sometimes what I do in order to avoid this feeling of lack of air and like I need to get out of here, that feeling, I try to like maybe work for some hours in the table in the dining room. I even like go and do the yoga challenge with my roommate in the living room. I try to change, not stay 24 hours in the same place, because we cannot get out as much as we want to outside, only for groceries shopping and the pharmacy, and being so many hours inside can get into your mental health, so we need to avoid that. So I would suggest select your working space if possible outside of your bedroom, and if not, just make sure that you work in different points of the house so that you don't go crazy. Okay, my fourth tip now is focus is key. So when selecting that working space of yours, you have to make sure that you're away from distractions. This means if you're working in the living room, make sure the TV is off and there's nobody watching Netflix, there's nobody playing games. There can be somebody else in the living room, just make sure that they're in the same working mode as you are, because if not, you can lose focus very easily. Also, what you can do in order not to lose focus is make a list of priorities of the things that you have to do and start in that order. So I always suggest putting the most difficult task of the day the very first thing, because if you start with the easy thing, okay, maybe you will feel productive that you're doing everything, but as the day goes by, you're going to get tired, your brain is going to get tired, and if you leave the most difficult task for the end, you're going to struggle a lot, and you're not going to, maybe you will do it, but probability is that it will be really hard and you won't finish it and you will have it for the next day. So make a list of priorities, make sure that the hardest things are at the beginning, so that that's the thing that you start with and you take advantage of that energy and motivation that you have, and then keep on going. So the reason why I always say to make a priority list and also to plan, I try to plan weekly and daily to make sure that I know what I have to do when I have to do it, and to avoid just sitting in front of the computer being like, I have to do a lot of things and I don't know where to start, because I hate that feeling. I don't like it. This happens to me when I don't organize myself, and I'm just with that feeling of, oh my god, I have a lot of things to do and I'm not doing anything, because I'm just looking at the amount of things that I have to do. I haven't done a list, I haven't organized myself, I haven't done a plan, and I just sit there, and this is useless. You're wasting your time, you're not doing anything, and you could be using that time to do another thing. So priority list, plan weekly and daily. Those are my suggestions to avoid not working, losing time, and yeah, basically that. So my fifth tip is to communicate. If your job is with more people, make sure that you're communicating with them, that they know what you're doing, what task you are responsible for. Make sure that they know that you're there for them if they need your help. This is very hard for a lot of people, so just make sure that you are doing your work, doing your part, and that you're caring for them also, because they're your work colleagues. So it's important to be there for each other, because normally when you go to an office, people are seeing you working. They're going to think automatically that you're working on what you're supposed to be working on. But if they don't hear from you and you're home, they don't know if you're actually working, how the work is going, if the progress of your work, anything. So make sure that you communicate, make sure that they know what you're working on. Ask them if they need any help, if they're struggling with anything, if there's anything that you can do for them. Just make sure that they know that you are doing your work and that you are there for them. This is also a tip to increase your focus and productivity, because these people are used to seeing you at work and seeing you working. So the fact of keeping communication going, it's, in my opinion, really important to keep that focus and motivation and productivity on the work. Okay, my sixth tip is to move your body. So by this I mean, normally when you go outside and you work, you move to get to work. When you're working and you are going to get a break, you're going to move to get that break. When you go to lunch, you're going to move to get that lunch. So try not to spend hours and hours and hours sitting down, because your body is not going to get tired and you're going to have a lot of energy inside, and that can disturb your productivity, your motivation, and your mental health as well. So try to move your body, try to walk through the house. Of course, I'm going to suggest you to do some workout and try some challenges, but this is totally up to you. But at least make sure that you move your body, and this is mainly to be able to be at your best at work, to not to lose focus, not to lose motivation, and not to get into that lazy mode. Okay, my seventh tip now is to get enough sleep, and this may seem a little bit nonsense at the beginning, but if you think it well, you're home, you don't need to get up early, so you can watch Netflix till late, but then you get up and you're sleepy because you didn't sleep well. So you're not doing very well in your work even though you're home. You see where I'm going? Get enough sleep. Do not try to stay late just because you're working from home, because it's not going to help you. So even though that you're working from home, people are expecting you the next day. So there are meetings that you're probably gonna have to attend, even if it is by FaceTime or any type of video call. You're not on vacation and you cannot just stay until late night and believe that the next day you're going to be as productive as if you had slept more. So as I said before, you don't have that rush of being at a certain time in your office. So if you choose to sleep in, you can do that, but just try to take control of your sleep hours and make sure that you sleep the amount of hours that you need to sleep so that you can work the next day. Sleeping and the sleep quality is key in order not to lose productivity and focus and motivation and avoiding that lazy mode again. And my final tip, and you have probably heard me saying this before, is to use the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique is an incredible, amazing technique that I have been using for years in order not to lose focus and not to lose motivation. My dad taught me about this when I had to study a lot of things, and it is amazing. I especially use the Forest app. There are a lot of apps out there, but I love the Forest app. Yeah, just have a look at this Pomodoro technique. It's going to make you work for several minutes, the minutes that you decide. Normally it's 25 minutes and then you have 5 minutes to have a break and then go back, and then you are able to see the amount of work that you're able to do in 25 minutes. So that is going to help you to plan and organize all the things that you have to do. So Pomodoro technique is going to incredibly help you with your productivity and motivation and your focus, so check that out. Okay, my lovely people, this is the video for today. I really hope these tips help you during your work in this coronavirus lockdown, and if you have any other suggestion, please leave them down in the comments. This is a YouTube channel for learning, including me, so if you have anything to say, please say so. And I hope you're all doing well. I am sending you lots of love and support to all of you. I hope you have a wonderful start of the week, and I'll see you next video. Mwah.